God says, I'm tired of trying to speak to you. An urgent sign may appear tonight, and this message is meant for you right now. Open this before the warning passes. You may only have 5 days left. Many times you have sat in silence and wondered why the things you worked so hard to build still have not come to fruition. Why doors that seemed so close have repeatedly closed, and why betrayal has appeared just as you began to trust again. I have seen the days when you were so exhausted that you no longer had the strength to complete a prayer, but could only clasp your hands and try to preserve the last small measure of hope within you. I know. There were times when you wanted to release everything, yet something deep inside continued urging you to wait, my beloved child. I never overlooked that silent cry. I am here not as a guest who arrived too late, but as the father who walked beside you through every part of the road you believed you had to travel alone. What is about to take place within you does not need to be dismissed as coincidence. Sometimes, a small decision appears at the exact moment when you are finally ready to change. Sometimes words that seem ordinary touch the very place that has been hurting for far too long. There is a door that opens only when you become courageous enough to stop knocking upon the old one. I do not always answer you through something dazzling that you can immediately recognize. Sometimes I answer through clarity, courage, and the strength to do what you once continually feared. My answer may be the peace that causes you to stop pursuing someone who does not value you. It may be an idea that changes your direction, or an awakening that helps you understand that you can no longer live in a way that has continually emptied you. You do not need an outward action to prove that you are still alive, still hopeful, or still held within my love. The fact that you remain standing after everything that once tried to break you is already evidence. I preserved you, not so that you would continue suffering without meaning, but because there are still things in your life that need to be completed. Someone will need the wisdom you gained through failure. Someone will find hope through the way you rose without becoming bitter. There are beautiful parts of you that have not yet been fully revealed, because fear and exhaustion covered them for too long. I am calling those things to awaken so that you will no longer merely survive each day, but begin to live with purpose. Tonight can become a quiet space, unlike previous nights, if you permit yourself to stop and look deeply into your life. It is not because the atmosphere carries a threat that should make you panic, but because the time has come to release what no longer belongs to your new journey. There are burdens you have carried for too long, because you were afraid that if you released them, you would no longer know who you were. There are relationships you preserved because you feared loneliness, even though they continually took away your peace. There are plans you were afraid to abandon because you invested so much time in them, even while knowing deep inside that they no longer led to anything healthy. I am shaking that attachment so that you may understand that releasing something is not always loss. Sometimes it is the first step into freedom. I am also moving the doors that fear once told you were permanently locked. Many times you concluded that you were too late, too weak, or had made too many mistakes to begin again. But those statements are not the truth. You can still learn something new, correct an old habit, make peace with someone where reconciliation is needed, and move in another direction. The door may not open in the way you imagined, but that does not mean it is not opening. Sometimes you do not return to an old place, but are led somewhere more suitable. Sometimes you do not receive exactly what you lost, but are given an opportunity that helps you mature and live more freely. Do not limit your future to the shape of your past. When change begins, do not panic, simply because everything no longer feels familiar. Some people may move away when you begin establishing boundaries. Certain plans may be rearranged when you decide to live more. Honestly, you may need to face emotions you buried for years. These things do not necessarily mean you are moving in the wrong direction. Sometimes temporary disorder appears, while what was arranged incorrectly is being restored to its proper place. Remain calm, do not decide in anger, and do not return to the old merely because it is familiar. You asked for renewal, and renewal always requires you to leave behind some things that once made you feel safe, but never truly gave life. I have seen the betrayals that caused you to question everyone. You began to view kindness cautiously, hear promises through fear, and keep your distance even from sincere people. I understand why you did this, yet I do not want those who wounded you to continue determining how you treat those who come afterward. Become wise, but do not close yourself completely. Observe actions rather than listening only to words. Establish clear boundaries, but do not turn those boundaries into a wall that prevents anyone from drawing near. You can learn how to trust again gradually, neither hastily nor blindly, while refusing to allow the past to steal every opportunity for healthy love. The doors that closed before you also taught you something important. They revealed that not everything you desire is suitable for you. Some opportunities, if received too early, would have stolen your peace. Some positions, if entered before you were ready, would have become pressure. Some people, if they had remained longer, would have caused you gradually to forget your own worth. I take no pleasure in watching you suffer, but I can use even rejection to redirect you. A closed door is not a declaration that you are not good enough. Sometimes it is simply guidance showing you that you should not build your future there. I am sending help toward you in many ordinary forms. It may come through someone who knows how to listen, timely advice, a work opportunity, an appointment you need to attend, or an idea you should no longer ignore. Remain aware enough to recognize it, but do not live tensely while searching for signs everywhere. What is good will not force you to act in panic or require you to surrender integrity. When an opportunity appears, examine it wisely. When someone approaches, observe the way they live. When an important decision must be made, give yourself time to become calm. I do not lead you through confusion, but through enough clarity to recognize the next step. Tonight, let what trembles be the fear that has held you back, not the peace I am building within you. Let what falls be self-condemnation, not hope. Let what leaves be the habits that exhaust you, not your dignity or compassion. You do not need to remain awake all night waiting for an event. You need to rest, listen to your body, calm your mind, and prepare to awaken with a new decision. A genuine turning point does not always arrive with a loud sound. Sometimes it begins when you say that you will no longer continue living as before. I am right here, nearer than you can feel. I have not come to terrify you, but to help you become courageous enough to face the truth. I do not shake your life to destroy it, but to reveal what is unstable before it wounds you more deeply. I do not open a door so that you will rush through without reflection, but so that you may enter with wisdom formed through experience. Believe that change can come, but cooperate with it through honest action. Complete what you have postponed, say what needs to be said, seek help when necessary, and leave what repeatedly steals your peace, my beloved child. you will not be taken by surprise. When you live alertly, when the old falls from your hands, you will understand that your hands are being emptied so that they can hold something better. When a door opens, you will recognize that the years of waiting prepared you to enter. When the answer arrives in a form different from what you expected, you will be humble enough to receive it. I heard your cry, and I am answering by renewing your strength, restoring your clarity, and leading you out of the cycles that exhausted you. Tonight does not need to become a night filled with anxiety. Let it become the night when you lay down what no longer belongs to you. Sleep in peace and prepare to enter a new day with the courage I am awakening within you. You have withdrawn for too long from the responsibilities I called you to carry, and many times you lowered your voice in the very places where truth needed to be spoken. You entered rooms carrying many good things within your heart, yet remained silent because you feared being misunderstood, rejected, or losing relationships. You worked so hard to preserve. You allowed others to determine your worth and repeatedly sought their permission to live according to what you knew was right. But my beloved child, I did not create you to remain a spectator in your own life. I did not give you understanding so that you could bury it beneath fear, nor did I lead you through so many trials, only for you to return to the smallness of yesterday. The time has come to stop withdrawing and take your place with humility, awareness, and courage. You postponed what needed to be done because you feared the cost, you know. There is a conversation that must begin, a decision that needs to be made, a habit that must stop, and a direction you can no longer avoid. Yet every time you approach it, fear tells you that changing will cost too much. I understand that you were wounded before, and therefore want to keep everything under control. However, there are things that become more costly the longer they are delayed. Peace is gradually eroded, time is lost, and confidence grows weaker. I am not calling you to act recklessly, but I do want you to stop using caution as a covering for fear. Consider carefully, prepare, and then move. One honest choice today may save you from spending years in a cycle that no longer belongs in your life. I am not calling you into a life devoted only to comfort. Rest is necessary, but avoidance is not. I want you to possess peace, but not a peace constructed by escaping every challenge. Some responsibilities will require you to mature. Certain doors will require you to leave what is familiar. Some steps will make you tremble. Purpose is not a title that makes you more important than others. It is the way you use what has been entrusted to you to bring life, clarity, and hope. Purpose begins when you do what is right, even without praise, speak the truth without causing unnecessary harm, and patiently build what is good, even before results become visible. I allowed you to pass through quiet seasons, not because I moved away, but because you needed to mature beyond emotion. You once felt secure only when you received a sign, encouragement, or confirmation from another person. When those things became silent, you immediately questioned the entire journey. But I want you to become someone capable of continuing to do what is right, even without applause. I want you to understand that truth does not change, merely because today's emotions are different from yesterday's. Silent seasons taught you to observe more deeply, react less impulsively, and distinguish between genuine direction and what merely excites you briefly. You were not abandoned in the silence. You were being made steady. Now, the confirmation you need is not found in a number or an outward act. It is found in the prompting that causes you to no longer desire the old way of living. Old limitations have begun to feel too narrow. Shallow conversations no longer satisfy you, and habits that once helped you temporarily forget pain no longer have the power to cover it. This is not a sign that you are losing yourself. It means you are beginning to recover who you truly are, no longer living only to satisfy everyone. Let this awakening lead to practical action. Rearrange your time, adjust your priorities, and stop feeding what you know is exhausting. You do not be afraid when certain things begin to shake. Not every collapse is destruction. Some structures must be dismantled because they were built upon fear, deception, or dependence. Certain relationships must change because they can survive only while you remain silent. Surrender every boundary and accept blame for what does not belong to you. Some plans must end because they no longer fit the person you are becoming. I am not asking you to destroy everything in anger. I want you to see clearly what can still be healed and what has repeatedly proven that it only makes you weaker. Release calmly, not bitterly. When a connection leaves your life, do not immediately conclude that you failed. Some people can accompany you only for a certain distance. Some love the version of you that always pleases them, but do not know how to respect you once you begin to mature. Others may not be evil, but their direction no longer agrees with what you have been called to build. You can remain grateful for what once existed and still possess enough courage to close the chapter. A healthy ending does not require hurtful words or a battle to prove who was right. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is accept the truth, restore your boundaries, and continue without carrying a desire for revenge. I am also breaking patterns that caused you repeatedly to return to the same pain. You once accepted too little because you feared there would be nothing else. You remained silent before wrongdoing because you feared being called difficult. You carried the responsibilities of others and then blamed yourself because you could not rescue them. Those cycles are not your identity. You can learn again how to love without destroying yourself, help without losing your boundaries, and forgive without permitting wrongdoing to continue. Maturity will make you gentler, but also clearer. You will not need to speak loudly to demonstrate authority. The steadiness of your life will speak for itself. You often wonder why the inner battle lasted so long. It is not because you were destined to live in suffering, but because deep things are not transformed by one passing emotion. Fear that has taken root over many years must be removed through many courageous choices. A false view of yourself must be corrected. Through truth repeated and practiced each day, the habit of running cannot disappear. While you continue turning away from what must be faced, the battle ends not when every pressure disappears, but when pressure no longer possesses the authority to control the way you think and act. You will recognize freedom when the same challenge returns, yet you no longer respond as you once did. You have been placed in this generation not to carry an impressive title, but to live as a voice of hope among those who want to give up. What you overcame will help you understand the suffering of others without judging them. The nights when you believed you could endure no more will give you words to strengthen someone who is exhausted. The mistakes you corrected will enable you to guide others with humility rather than superiority. Your survival is not meant to make you speak forever about what hurt you, but to demonstrate that pain does not have to make a person bitter. You can emerge stronger while still preserving compassion. I want the light within you to remain burning, not through display, but through consistent choices. Keep your word when no one is checking. Treat kindly those who can offer you nothing. Speak truth without humiliating another person. Perform small tasks well because they prepare you for greater responsibilities. Do not wait for some extraordinary moment before beginning to live. According to what I placed within you, purpose does not exist only upon a stage or inside a crowded room. It is present in the way you build your home, manage your resources, care for your health, and protect your peace from what is unhealthy. My beloved child, I preserved you even during moments when you wanted to abandon yourself. I was there when you no longer believed you could rise, and I remain here as you learn to walk with renewed strength. Stop making yourself smaller in order to fit into a place I am leading you away from. Take your position, not in pride, but with the understanding that you are responsible for what has been entrusted to you. Let what needs to fall be allowed to fall, so that what is true can be rebuilt. Continue with clarity, humility, and a heart that no longer runs away. I am not calling you to become the loudest person. I am calling you to become steady, to preserve light through dark days, and to use your healed journey to remind others that they too can rise. One more time, I did not bring you through so many depths only to abandon you in the middle of the journey. I preserved you during days when you no longer recognized yourself, lifted you after moments when you believed you could not stand again, and protected you through events that could have turned your entire life in another direction. You came very close to dangerous decisions, relationships that depleted you, and habits that could have stolen your future. Yet an unseen hand continued to hold you back. I did not rescue you so that you would continue living without direction, nor did I preserve your life merely so that you could repeat the same circles. You remain here because your life carries a purpose greater than the pain you endured, and the days ahead still contain many good things that your own hands must complete. I am still calling you, but not only during moments of despair or when you need an urgent rescue. I want you to recognize my voice in ordinary life, in the morning when you awaken, in the work you perform, in the way you treat your loved ones, and in the small decisions no one else sees. I do not seek grand promises spoken during intense emotion and quickly forgotten. I seek a quiet but enduring yes, expressed through the way you live each day. It appears when you choose honesty instead of concealment, correction instead of excuses, and perseverance instead of returning to what is familiar but harmful. What I am calling you into is not a stage where you become more important than others. It is a life restored to its proper alignment, where your abilities, experience, and compassion are used for something useful. You live too long in distraction, allowing criticism, worry, and the need to please others to pull you away from the direction you needed to follow. Now I want you to return to what matters most. Ask yourself what you are building, where today's choices are leading you, and what is taking your strength without producing anything good. The alignment you need is not a mysterious feeling. It is when your thoughts, words, and actions begin moving together toward truth, responsibility, and love. Do not believe that I will stop loving you because you have not responded immediately like a perfect person. I know that hesitation, wounds, and unanswered questions remain within you, yet prolonged delay can cause you to lose time, opportunities, and even the peace for which you prayed. There are things you clearly know you must do, but continually move into another day. There is a conversation that needs to begin, a relationship whose boundaries need to be restored, a habit that must end, and a responsibility that needs to be faced. You do not need to wait for a more convenient time, because convenience rarely arrives before significant change. Take the first step calmly, even if you cannot yet see the whole road. If something shakes within you tonight, do not immediately panic or assume that something terrible is approaching. It may simply be that what you tried to ignore is beginning to become clear. A hidden truth may appear. A relationship may reveal its true nature. A plan may need to change, or a habit that seemed harmless may suddenly become too heavy to continue carrying. I do not shake what is firm. I only permit weak foundations to be exposed so that you will not continue building your future upon them. When the old begins to crack, do not immediately try to preserve it merely because it is familiar. You asked me to give you more, but before your hands can hold something greater, there are things they must release. You cannot carry a new opportunity while holding tightly to old fear. You cannot enter a healthy relationship while allowing former betrayals to determine how you trust. You cannot manage greater resources while disorderly habits remain unchanged. Preparation sometimes feels like breaking because it removes what you once used to feel safe. But I am not destroying you. I am removing the layers that prevent growth so that genuine stability can be formed within. You will not enter something greater merely because a door opens first. You must become steady enough to carry what is waiting behind it. You once believed that if circumstances changed, every difficulty would disappear, that a new opportunity would immediately heal all exhaustion, and that a new position would silence every doubt about yourself. But my beloved child, everything entrusted to you carries responsibility. An influential voice must be used to strengthen rather than wound others. Greater resources must be preserved through wisdom, not exhausted in an attempt to prove worth. A higher position requires a humble heart that remembers the days of waiting and the people who once extended a hand to help. I am not only preparing what you have been waiting for, I am preparing you. If your hands do not know how to preserve, even something great can quickly slip away. If your heart remains unhealed, success may become another place where you search for approval. If you have not learned to establish boundaries, new opportunities may pull you into a rhythm that leaves you depleted. Therefore, do not treat slower seasons as abandonment. I am teaching you to manage small things before greater ones are entrusted to you, to remain faithful when no one sees, and to do what is right. Even before applause comes, those quiet lessons will help you remain standing. When everything begins to change, you often look at the parts of yourself that remain fractured and conclude that you are not ready. You see pain that has not completely disappeared, memories that still unsettle you, and moments when your response was not what you desired. But I do not see only what was broken. I see strength forming around every wound. The days when you wept taught you how to listen to the suffering of others without judging too quickly. Rejection helped you recognize the worth of those who are often overlooked. Having to begin again taught you not to despise small first steps. What once made you feel weak may become the place where compassion and wisdom grow. You are not as delayed as you believe. I do not measure your journey by another person's clock. Someone near you may already possess what you are still waiting for, but their road is not the measure of your worth. Some people move quickly because they carry a different responsibility. Others need to move more slowly so that their foundation can become strong. There were years when you believed you were standing still, yet you were learning to discern, heal, and mature. Some detours led you away from a place that looked good, but was not right for you. Certain failures slowed you down so that a small mistake would not become a greater collapse. Do not use age, the past, or missed opportunities to declare that your life is over. I can still use the remainder of your journey and make it more meaningful than the years that have passed. What was lost does not necessarily need to be restored by returning you to the exact position you once occupied. There are places you wanted to revisit that no longer suit the person you are becoming. Restoration may come through another road, a healthier opportunity, or a relationship containing the respect you never experienced before. Sometimes I do not return what you lost. I give you something better until you no longer need to search for the old. The dreams you thought were dead can also live again in a more mature form. Some dreams were once born from a desire to prove yourself, but after many years, they can be purified into useful purposes. Some desires once revolved only around personal success, but can now expand to strengthen many people. I do not erase everything you once longed for. I am separating pride, haste, and the need to please others from those desires. When a dream is purified, it does not only bring joy to you, it becomes a path that produces life for those placed near you. I am also building within you a peace that circumstances cannot easily steal. This peace does not come because every problem disappears immediately, but because problems no longer possess enough power to pull you into panic. You will still see challenges, but you will know how to pause before reacting. You will hear criticism without immediately questioning your entire worth. You will face delays without concluding that every door has closed. You will understand that one difficult day does not mean the whole journey is wrong. This new peace will help you think clearly, even when your emotions have not completely settled. That foundation is created through very small choices. Every time you refuse to answer in anger, you are building peace. Every time you release what lies beyond your control and focus upon your own responsibility, you are building peace. Every time you stop trying to explain yourself to someone who refuses to understand and use that strength to do something useful, you are building peace. Every time you seek help, instead of carrying everything alone until exhaustion, you are building peace. It is not a passing feeling that comes and goes, but a new way of living that is gradually taking root within you. The joy I restore will no longer depend entirely upon whether others recognize you. You will learn to rejoice in things you once overlooked. A day when you completed your work honestly, a peaceful meal, a morning when worry no longer awakened you too early, or a conversation in which you were free to be yourself. You will stop postponing joy until everything becomes perfect. I want you to appreciate what you already possess while continuing to build what is good ahead. Gratitude will not weaken your motivation. It will prevent scarcity from blinding you to what is being given each day. Give me your attention through a genuine decision, not merely through one emotional moment before returning to the same way of living. Lay down what you know is no longer healthy. Make the call you postponed, complete the responsibility you avoided, and ask for assistance when the burden exceeds your ability. Stop returning to places that continually take away your dignity, simply because you fear beginning again. I do not require you to change your entire life in one night. I only want you to stop making excuses for refusing to change the first thing. One small step taken today may open a new direction for many years ahead. That first step may be establishing new boundaries with someone you love. It may be admitting that the way you are working is no longer sustainable. It may be putting your finances in order, caring for your health, or returning to work you once left unfinished. Whatever it is, begin with truth. Do not choose what merely makes you appear strong. Choose what genuinely makes you steady. Do not choose what causes others to marvel. Choose what can endure over time. I am not seeking display. I am building within you a life of depth, where external changes are supported by inward renewal, my beloved child. I have accompanied you too far for you to continue living as though you have nowhere to belong. I was present in the moments when you escaped danger, in the strength that enabled you to rise, and in the clarity, now helping you recognize that you cannot continue as before. Do not panic when old things begin to shake. Some foundations must be repaired before something greater can be built. Certain relationships need to be placed in a different position. Some ways of thinking must change so that you stop limiting yourself. I will not abandon you during the process, nor do I condemn you because you are not yet perfect. I am simply calling you to move forward with honesty, humility, and a willingness to learn. What lies ahead is not your ending. It is the beginning of someone more peaceful, more discerning, and steady enough to carry what you have prayed for so long. You will not enter the new season with yesterday's weakness, because every trial has deepened you. You will not receive what is good with unprepared hands, because waiting has taught you how to preserve it. Neither will you need to prove that you are worthy, because your renewed life will become the answer. Continue moving, even if only through one small step. I am making the ground beneath you firm, so that when the door opens, you will not only have enough strength to enter, but enough maturity to remain, build, and use what has been entrusted to you in a beautiful, humble, and beneficial way.